Hello. My name is NicholassRivas. I talk about politics and stuff. And today we're actually going to be talking about how great The Last of Us is. The show just came out. It's amazing. I'm loving it. I rewatched the pilot episode multiple times. I love it. It's amazing. It's just a good show. Please watch it. That's my TLDR. Just watch it. You don't have to be a fan of the game. And so I do want to come out and say I was very much opposed to this show. I heard Last of Us is coming out, and I immediately said, "Why do you need to make a show of this game when it's already such a beautiful piece of art that doesn't need to be translated to a TV show to a movie?" Last of Us is one of the very few things that I see as something where I think even though you don't maybe want to play it, you could watch a gameplay of it, like a walkthrough, and get the same story. Now, people don't like that, but that's how good I think the show is, or sorry, the game is. Why isn't show necessary? So when I hear that they're making the show, I'm rolling my eyes. And then I hear it's by the guy who did Chernobyl, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty interesting. But then I'm hearing that they don't give a shit about the source material. They're saying like, I've been hearing a split, respect and disrespect. I'm hearing like the writers say that he didn't want any of his people to play the game. I'm hearing that they're changing the spore stuff, and I'm like, why change it, right? There's all these things of like, that doesn't sound. This doesn't sound like someone who really cares for the medium. But then I'm hearing them, hype up the story. It's the greatest story ever told, and I think it's one of my favorite stories from a video game. It's easily one of the stories that hit me the most. So I truly agree with them in that it's one of the best. But of course, everyone's gonna go crazy and be divisive. But I think what most people agree is that it's a good show. And so when the show comes out and I'm watching it, I'm like, dude, this is amazing. Like, this is what the show should be. You can recapture, retell, whatever, but as long as I feel like there's a purpose. Like, the show opens up, spoiler alert, with these like newscasters talking about spores and fungi and climate change and yada yada, and it's setting up this world of like, hey, it's our world, but imagine if these fungi took over and infected people, right? And so I think that's the added layer you want to see. Seeing the daughter of Joel, Sarah, go through her day makes you feel more connected. I think that's where I was like, damn, it's justified. They really got, and that girl did amazing, by the way. It felt justified. I never really thought about this too much until this is going to be a way off tangent, but a artist named Kendrick Lamar made To Pimp a Butterfly. And I never really thought about the context of a art form. Like, why is this a song? Why is this the single? To Pimp a Butterfly came out, and Kendrick Lamar, prior to the album coming out, made a song called "I Love Myself." Right? I think it's just called "I," if I'm not misremembering. It's called "I," and it was a beautiful song. I love it. It's really catchy. It's like this radio friendly song. But when you buy the album and you listen to it in the context of the album, it's a different song entirely, both sonically and thematically. It fits a bill of the story that you didn't really understand, right? Like, you didn't understand. If you were to listen solo, you would have never understood it. So I like that when we use these art mediums, why are we doing it, right? Like, why should I buy the album and listen to this song right? I already like it as a single. Why do I need to go out there and buy your album? Well, when you buy the album, then you hear the context of what the song comes from. That's like every album. That's like every song. But this justified it because the song was so much drastically different, but it captured a lot of what kept the song really good. And so, super off tangent, but this is a few moments in the world where I find a medium worth its medium. I find that The Last of Us used its full capabilities of a show, and it ran through what it needs to do. It hit at the points, right? But it also expanded, and it took its time. In the game, you can definitely take your time, but it's a game, And I think you have to know your medium. You have to know your art. You have a few episodes. You have some hours. Fuck it. Let's follow the daughter through her day. Let's see what Joel is doing before he, runs into Ellie late at night during his birthday, right? In the wee hours of the day. That's what I want to see, right? And you see these great characters, great performances. And I think it's because they had the creators behind it as well. Like, they really had good direction. And then also the guy who did Chernobyl, is insane. Like his vision of the Chernobyl story is disgusting and sad. That's why I want to make the Last of Us show, because the show is really disgusting and sad, and it beats you up and it makes you feel like crap, and you needed someone who had this genius idea of a vision of a set design. There's that movie Children of Men, I believe it's called, where it looks like a depressing gut punch, and that's what you needed for the Last of Us, and it brought it. I'm excited for more. I hope they don't fumble this. What I'm hearing though is the second episode is still good. No one has seen the third episode, so I think we'll see how it goes. But so far, I'm excited for the second episode. I'm excited for the series as a whole, and I'm so excited that I want to see what they do. Season 2 comes around. Are they jumping to Abby's story? Like I know a lot of people are gonna be fighting over that. Like, do they want to see that? I want to see that though. That's gonna be interesting as hell. So I mean, that's how you do a show. That's how you put out a show, is you respect the adaptation and you, I don't know, make it your own. It seems like such an easy, way to do this, but I guess it took a while for us to fully understand it. I think most recently a lot of video games have been getting some respect. In the most recent Mortal Kombat movie, even though it had its flaws, I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. I still go back to it. I think with The Witcher, everyone says it's a really good show. Like, it has a lot of respect for what it is. I know Cyberpunk had the Edge Runner show and everybody loves. I still haven't seen it, but I think there's a lot more respect coming to video games as an art medium and as a storytelling device. And for those who don't want to play games, I think this is a nice way to ease them into the stories themselves, because they're good and they justify their presence. And yeah, it's just all around great show. So I recommend it for everybody. And if you haven't seen it already, please watch it. But I'm just gonna leave it here and let y'all be. So thank you so much and peace.